So please do stay with us. But first tonight, they've already walked 1,000 miles and raised more than £1 million for the suicide charity Papyrus. But not content with that, the three dads walking are setting out again.
The bereaved fathers, Andy, Mike and Tim, have just started their latest walk in Scotland. It'll take them 500 miles to Norwich, stopping at some of the charity hubs that have opened or are soon to open thanks to their amazing work.
Our correspondent, Mel Barham, joined them at the starting line.
Was it 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Three ordinary dads who've already achieved the exceptional. But this morning they set off from Scotland on their third charity walk, a different route but the same mission, to spread a message of hope.
We've learned a lot through the last few walks. We need to smash the stigma about talking about suicide. And in doing that, if we're out there talking as three bereaved dads and people see us and understand that they can have an open conversation, you know, I think it'll go a long way to saving lives.
Andy, Mike and Tim were brought together by the grief of losing their daughters to suicide. They're now bonded by a determination to stop others suffering that same pain. And this time they're walking 500 miles down the east of the country to raise money for Papyrus. What started as a small suicide prevention charity in Warrington has expanded to include offices all over the country. Many will be key stops on this walk, like this one in Stirling that opened just 4 months ago.
What that they've done has helped us to grow into places where we need to be, and it really has unlocked a lot of potential and a lot of growth for us over the past couple of years now that the dads have been doing their walks.
That first walk happened in 2021. A year later, the three dads started a campaign to get suicide prevention on the school curriculum, a campaign being backed by a former teacher from Wigan. Nina Smith was so shocked by the poor mental health of some of her pupils, she decided to go back to university to do a master's in suicide prevention. But just days before she was due to start, her brother Will took his own life.
I was so excited going back to uni, sort of going to do this suicide prevention research. It was like a dream come true. And then I got this knock on the door telling me that he had taken his own life. And every time I hear about another suicide, I'm transported back to that knock at the door, you know, when I went to my mum's house and she was on the floor, you know, screaming, the conversation I had to have with my 5-year-old niece, and I had to be the one to tell her that her daddy had died.
Hold tight, I'm holding tight.
Will's story is far too common. Suicide is the biggest killer of under 35s, and the latest government stats show rates of self-harm and suicides are escalating. Among school ages, it's now at a 30-year high, with deaths amongst 15 to 19-year-olds rising faster than any other age group. Nina's research found it's teachers who are left struggling to help.
No matter how hard they were trying, they felt like they just couldn't give the support to the pupils that they needed. And they were going home and they were worrying about pupils' mental health. You know, would they get an awful phone call in the morning? They were finding pupils who had attempted suicide on the school premises. There was just no support, so they were just kind of left to do the best. I'm presenting my research to the academics.
Which is why Nina is now doing a fellowship at Edge Hill University, looking into how suicide prevention can be taught in schools.
In terms of my brother, I didn't know the signs, but nor did his friends either. So he spoke to some of his friends at the gym, but they didn't know what to do with those comments. They didn't recognise the danger in those comments. And I thought, if they'd have had that at school, maybe they could have helped him.
And that is exactly why the three dads are doing this.
Suicide doesn't discriminate.
No.
It can happen to any family anywhere in the country. So we need to get everybody, so it's very much a societal change we're looking at here.
Yeah, we need to get right upstream. We need to equip our young people so they take these skills into adulthood.
And over the next 25 days, they will continue doing what they do best, walking to get the country talking about suicide. Mel Barham, ITV News, Stirling in Scotland.
And as always, a huge good luck from Granada Reports to the three dads. They're incredible. And many thanks to Nina too for sharing her terribly sad story with us. We will be hearing more from the three dads on tomorrow's programme.
Yeah, and if you want to know what support's out there, do take a look at our website, the usual address, itv.com/Granada, where there is information on the services that are available.